Alright, so I'm not sure what I'm going to put as a title for this video, but there's a couple of issues with the Ranchero. Basically, I can't legally register and drive it right now, mainly due to the fact that this car was never actually registered in Alberta, which is the province that I live in. This car actually came from Saskatchewan, which is right next door to us. But since it was never actually registered in Alberta, to get it to pass, I have to get to pass an out-of-province inspection. Now, there's two main types of inspections for vehicles in Alberta. There's their basic safety, and then there's out-of-province. The basic safety is what I was kind of working for, because the basic safety considers just like, if it's a car from Alberta, they only concern itself with, do all the lights work, does the steering work correctly, do the brakes work correctly. They don't concern themselves as much with condition of the body and whatnot. They just want to make sure all the safety gear works. Even if your windshield's cracked, do you have one? But for an out-of-province, you need to pass quite a bit more. In fact, this is the out-of-province inspection manual. Here's some more. I think this part's just a bunch of legal stuff, but anyways, so that's basically all the requirements to make this thing pass an out-of-province. Minor things as simple as the crack that's in the windshield, like this, that I have, will cause it to fail. Basically, because this car is a unibody car, from the front, basically where the firewall is, back to the end of the car, that's a unibody, and the front part is a subframe. Because of that, anything structural, which basically means any rust from there back, can cause this thing to fail. Even the quarter panels could be classified as structural if you get the wrong inspector. I already patched the floors, but in the manual it says if you have a hole basically like a little bit bigger than a quarter, what we call a loony or a toonie, they can fail it on that because it will allow exhaust gases, or could allow exhaust gases, into the driver's compartment. So a hole that big in your floor could fail your car. Now, I already fixed the floor. You guys probably saw that in a previous video. Maybe I'll put a link there. But now I have to do the structural bracing under there that I was going to fix eventually, but I was hoping to get away with not fixing it right away, because there is rust there, but it's not major. So yeah, like the quarter panel I wasn't going to bother fixing until later. I was hoping to drive this around for a bit and have some fun with it, but now it looks like I'm going to have to fix all this stuff before I can drive it and have fun with it. A few more examples are the exhaust. It does have an exhaust. It's got long tube headers, a muffler, and a dump. Now technically that would classify as an exhaust, but it's probably not going to pass an out-of-province inspection because it sounds like this. So that's probably too loud and whatnot. I had thought about doing side pipes on it anyways down the road, so I might just go get myself a side pipe kit and a couple of mufflers and throw a couple together in proper exhaust. All the hoses and brake lines, power steering lines, all those have to be leak-free and almost crack-free and basically new, so I might have to replace a whole bunch of those. Even if your rims aren't a matched set, you can fail. I don't have to worry about that on this because it's got matched set of rims, but yeah, even just a mismatched set of rims can fail you on an out-of-province. Now, how did I not know that this car wasn't registered in Alberta? Well, the guy I got it from thought it had been. It came with an Alberta plate on it, which usually is a pretty good sign. But what happened is, I think actually a couple of people before him brought it into the province, started some work on it, realized how much work he'd have to do to get it to pass an out-of-province inspection, and then threw a Alberta plate on it and drove it around just on, because it was a company plate that was on this thing. So they just drove around with that for a while. And yeah, I think that person then decided to offload the car on someone and told them that it was had been inspected in Alberta, or had been registered in Alberta at some point, and then that got passed on to another guy who was the guy I bought it from. So as far as I know, I don't really blame the guy I bought it from. I can't blame myself because I didn't do a VIN search on it, but I don't really blame the guy I bought it from because he was probably just telling me what he was told, because he never did anything with the car. He just put it in his field until I came and got it. But anyways, that was a lot of rambling, I'm sure. So that's the issue with the Ranchero. Probably just going to keep working on it and hopefully get to a point where I can get it to pass a out of province inspection, or maybe I can find someone who will pass it for me, but we'll see. Like, it does run, drive, stop, all that type of stuff. I took it around the block a couple of times. Like, there's the one video, but I also took it around a couple more times, just, you know, because I wanted to take it for a spin and see how it was handling and stuff. But as I work on it, I'll keep making videos. Haven't really made much progress on the Buick. Work kind of started up again, and yeah, I've been kind of busy with that. So anyways, this is where we'll call this video, probably kind of a short one. Anyways, so please comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you want merchandise, please check out the link in the description. And yeah, we'll get back to you next time.